Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube friends and family? Everybody's doing great. You already know what time it is. Another episode of the Kenny and Manny Show. Yo, Manny, what's going on? How you feeling today, man?
Living, baby, chilling. You already know, man. Another day, another dollar.
Another dollar, baby. That's how it is. That's how it is. That's how it is, man. Yo, man, I was on the internet. I've seen some crazy shit, bro. Fucking Dr. Dre, man. Woo! Saying
The doctor.
The doctor, baby, not taking care of his daughter, man. I'm like, damn. Man. But, you know, it's a tricky situation because we gotta know the full details, but,
yeah.
Man. What you gotta say about that shit, bro?
Man, yeah, you see the titles, guys, you know, so we can get right into it. So, for me, my opinion is it goes back to modern day women, guys. I know, again, this channel's not about, you know, trying to shit on modern day women, but I see, and like you said to your point, bro, we gotta know all the facts. We don't know all the facts.
Gotta know the facts.
Based on just what we know that she was getting money. She stopped receiving money. Part of the reason she stopped receiving money was because she went to the press and she was talking negatively about Dre. She is 38 years old, has kids of her own, right? And decided to move from an expensive state to a more expensive state. That's the only information we know, right? So actually, there's a little bit more in there, but those are strong to make strong points. So based off of that information, I'm the first thing that comes to my mind is, where are the baby daddies? Why are they not providing? Why did you move to California, right, to a state that is more expensive, if you are homeless? Now, if you were being helped and he was helping you, and he stopped the help during that time, what did you do with the money? Because I worked since I was 15 years old, and I've been providing for myself, you know, on and off during those, even before I was 18 years old.
Right.
You know, by the time I was 17, 18 years old, I was already providing for myself. Granted, I lived with my mother, but I did not have to, you know, I'm not out here like asking. Exactly.
You worked for it. You want something, you got it, and you saved your money. I got it.
I saved my money, you know, a little bit of cash. I want a, you know, PlayStation 2 or whatever, PlayStation 3. I bought that on my own. Granted, I'm not saying that my parents didn't help me at all, but whenever I could buy something, I would buy it on my own, right? And that triggered.
You knew their limitations. You knew their limitations of what they can do for you when you did your own shit. You went hunting.
Exactly. So why are you here as a 38-year-old woman, right, with kids, with baby daddies out here? Why are you in this predicament? Is it because you just failed to just, you thought, hey, I have a billionaire dad, I could just, you know, not have to worry about anything and never take any accountability? But I don't know, man. I just have a lot of questions to ask. Based on that, I don't want to pass. I don't want to pass any judgment because I don't know if she has any, you know, mental deformities, as you like to say, right? I don't know. I don't know if she has any mental issues, right? So I don't know if that's the case. But if I would have to give my opinion based solely off of that information, I feel that maybe she feels entitled. But again, man, you don't know. So what is your take on that, bro? I'm sorry, but before we get into that, man, y'all already know, man, we're messing with the Coke. I don't have the camera right now, man, but we're going to move forward, man. You know what time it is,
I love me some Coca-Cola, man. I drink water, man, but you need a Coke, man. You got to build, as Chad Johnson says. As Chad Johnson says, you got to build that calluses in your stomach. You can't, not everything could be healthy, guys. You know, it's good to
big
eat,
facts.
You know, it's good, organic, it's cute, everything is good, but, you know, there's stories of vegans dying out of nowhere, but this is my take on the situation. Back to Dr. Dre. I personally feel like she's a victim of failed parenting. And I'm going to tell you why. Because usually if she does have numerous babies, daddies, there's a saying that women get men according to how they were treated by their fathers. I'm going to say it again. Women get men according to how they, you know, a direct correlation, an emulation of their fathers. Just because you give money to your daughter, that doesn't mean she's going to know what to do with it. There's two jobs of every parent: teaching your kids right from wrong and giving a shelter, providing them, you know, financial stability as well. Guys, look at Diddy and all his kids. They all got a platform. I know not personally, but I know of every single kid that P. Diddy has. Justin, listen, I don't know their names, but they all have a platform. Dre could have probably opened a business for her, could have given her a platform. But then again, we don't know if she's battling internal demons. We don't know if she has mental issues. We don't know, because remember, Dre was always on the road. He was always on tour. Let's think 30 years. How old is Dre? 58? How old was he? 30? 58. So the daughter's 38. That means Dre was 20. What the hell do you know about parenting at 20 years old? He was trying to hustle. I'm pretty sure he'll be there to visit, and he was probably present when she started taking little baby steps. But the first 7 years, which is perhaps one of the most important years of the programming child's life, he was probably on tour, doing a lot. He probably wasn't present all the time. Money is only a fraction. And as a parent, you think if let's say if my kid vents to the press and speaks negatively, I need to ask myself as the parent, me being older, because this is self-awareness, why is she doing this? And then I'm going to speak to her, where have you feel like I failed you? You don't just cut money. You don't just stop. You don't lower yourself to her standards. You don't know. Hear her out. Hear her out. But this is not the first time that we hear one of his kids complaining.
It's not.
Because back then, 4 or 5 years ago, there was a boy, his son, saying, I wish him the best or whatever, but I haven't really touched his money. That's his money. It is what it is. Like, he kept it like a G, alpha. Yeah. It is what it is. I'm going to go hustle for mine. You seeing the sequence here? But meanwhile, there's confirmed documentation that he purchased homes for mistresses. Mm-hmm. So right there, you see the priority. So if you're willing to spend money on hoes, you might as well spend it on your kids. Because ultimately, what is the purpose of getting money and wealth?
Generational wealth, man.
Say it again?
Generational wealth, bro. That's what
generational wealth. So, because you're not going to outlive everybody. The purpose of hustling and having kids and procreation is to make sure the Dre Foundation, the Dre last name lasts for generations to come.
Yes, sir.
And that's what it is. And if you're not doing that, why are you doing it? Like Damon Dash said, bro, if you're not hustling for your seed, then why are you doing it? We need to ask ourselves, why is she making these financial mistakes? Why is Dre's daughter making these mistakes with men? It comes from an internal issue.
Yeah, man, and I'm gonna agree with you on that, bro. I mean, I wasn't even thinking about the fact that parenting could be definitely an effect. But you're right, and not only that, she cannot talk with him directly. Apparently, she talks to him through the lawyers.
That's stupid. You think Diddy's son does that shit?
Yeah.
You think Diddy's son does that? I always knew there was something wrong with Dre, because I'm gonna be honest with you, when DMX met Dre, when he pretty much poured out, although you could tell DMX was under some substance abuse, Dre kept it vague. Dre wasn't really happy to see you could tell. Money's not for everybody. I'm gonna say it again. Money's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't have the moral principles and the humility, money can essentially. Look at 6ix9ine that we mentioned in the previous cast. He was Danny from the Deli. Once you gave him money, now all of a sudden he's a hardcore gangster. Money changes people to a certain degree. And money changes narratives. Now, people may say, money doesn't change people, it just brings out the real you. I personally feel like it changes people. It could give you a facade, it could give you a characteristic. It is what it is, man.
Yeah, man, yeah. I mean, you hit it right on the head, man. I think I would say it's a combination of both, but yeah, I mean, tomato, money, tomato, right? If you an ass, you're going to be a bigger ass. If you're not quite an ass, but you're borderline, then the money's going to turn you into an ass, so therefore it can change you, right? So it all depends where you fall in that spectrum. If you're going to be a, full-blown ass or just a side ass, whatever, man. Right. But I agree with you, bro. Definitely, it's not the first time we've heard about this with Dre and other kids. Understandably so. He's an elite celebrity, a high value guy, right? So he's been on the road, pretty much his whole young adult life, and he was probably blowing backs out like nobody's business.
He was with Eazy-E, bro. He was with Eazy-E doing his stuff deals. So where's the time to really do the parenting and to really be there for your kids like that?
Yeah, and not only that, he's out there raw dogging too. So he's just creating kids, right? So that's the thing, guys. Make sure you got to take that into account. If you're going to be out here, messing around and doing any kind of things like that, you got to make sure that you have a plan B. No pun intended. Because if you're out here just popping babies left and right, is gonna catch up with you.
The kids
It's gonna
suffer,
catch up
bro.
with you,
The
and
kids
they
suffer,
man.
bro. Look at the statistics. Single parent
Yeah.
homes. You know, if it's a girl,
Yeah.
she's more likely to be pregnant. If it's a boy,
Yes,
she's
sir.
more likely to be in jail or join gangs,
Most likely,
criminal
man.
organization, be incarcerated. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, and that's what we see in the hood, man. That's what we see, especially in our city, in New York City. We see it all the
course.
time.
All over.
And it's hard, man. You become a statistic. But yeah, man. So shout out to Dre. At the end of the day, hopefully they can make amends and figure that shit out. To that
Right.
lady though, man, I do hope and I pray that she gets that shit under control, because
Right.
ultimately I get it, I understand. But there's got to be a moment where you say, you know what, I gotta change the cycle for my kids. You got 4 kids, you got to start involving their dads so that cycle does not repeat itself. You got to make sure that you take accountability. Right now, everybody's hiring. Right? Granted, I don't know what's your condition, boo-boo. Hopefully you get your shit right, and hopefully you don't have any mental deformities, as Kenny would say. But
She probably does, bro. She probably
maybe she does, maybe she don't. But the thing is, we also, a lot of times, we also want to diagnose ourselves, right? And it seems that we are at an all-time high when it comes to illnesses and stuff like that.
course.
Sometimes we got to bite down and move forward. As they say, like in the boxing world, right? You got to bite down and move forward. I know a lot of people that are high functioning and still get it done on a day-to-day basis. So we have to be strong. I get it. We're not going to be 100%, but let's give it our all. Right? She paid, I don't know, I heard something about this. She pays like every 3 weeks, like $2,300 for her car. What kind of fucking car is that? What are you driving? Are you driving a Cadillac? Are you driving a fucking BMW, Mercedes-Benz? Why? Why are you driving that?
Absolutely.
Live within your means. That's the
Minimalism
first thing.
101.
Forget about that you have a rich billionaire daddy. Forget about that shit. Do what you got to do for your kids.
It's kind of hard to bypass that. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, it is, man. I get it. I get it. But here's the thing.
How
Here's
often
the
can you
reality.
say you're a billionaire?
Yeah, but here's the reality, right? You are gonna say my daddy this, my daddy that, and never get any of that. What is that gonna do to you? That's just gonna rip you apart more than it already has. Whereas if you forget about it to the best of your abilities and bite down and move forward and get a job, because right now a lot of people are hiring.
She's doing DoorDash, I think.
DoorDash, there's way better jobs out there. Nothing against DoorDash, right? Nothing against those of you that are working in DoorDash. That's great. It has a lot of flexibility. But when you have 4 kids,
well. New York is paying.
Well, that's the thing. She lives in freaking Bumble. Well, not in Bumblefuck. She just lives in California. So
California
so
job
man,
market sucks. I know people that moved to Cali for the weather and lifestyle and ended up coming back. There's no jobs like that in California.
If you're gonna move, why not move to a place where the job is moving? Texas. Move where also income tax is like super low. I don't think there is any income tax in Texas.
Wow.
Right? Move to a state where
Texas
it's affordable.
Now.
Shit. Nigga might
I'm
be.
gonna go to
You know what I'm saying? But anywho, man, I'll leave it at that, bro. I got nothing else to add to this, man. I just want to make sure you guys, like, subscribe, and tell us what you think about the situation, man. You guys think that his daughter is just part of the modern day women, or do you think Dre is just a deadbeat dad?
Might be. Might be.
Make sure you guys let us know in the comment section down below, man. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you guys stay in the know when we make a video. But definitely I'll pass it over to you, bro. What you thinking?
Just to conclude everything before we end this thing, I just want to let you guys know, look at P. Diddy. All his kids have a platform. They all eating either from sports, dancing, movies. They all eating. So P. Diddy helped leverage them. That's all I got to say. But as Manny said, why can't Dre give the platform to his kids? But listen, it is what it is. That's for y'all to think about. Y'all comment, tell me what y'all think. But listen, man, for those of you new to the Kenny Manny Show, like and subscribe. Like, keep giving that heat, man. Yo, much love.
Love, baby, love. Deuces.